Hello guys, so in this video I'm going to show how to set up Webstudio with Directus. This is a fresh Webstudio page and I just used some craft sections. So we want to fill up the articles section and the theme sections. And we will use Directus as a backend. This is a complete fresh installation of Directus with the latest version 11.6. And we do not have any collections in here. So we will start with setting up Directus. First, I will install a plugin. This will make it easier later on with the SEO plugin to create the page title and page description. So as it says reload required, we're gonna reload. And now we'll start with creating the collections. We will start with theme. And it's not a singleton. Primary key field ID is fine. Just an integer is fine. And we do not need any of these optional fields, but we do want the input field with the name of the team member. It's just a string. And we want the position, typo, and we want an image of the team member. Alright, that's it. So team collection is set up. Now let's set up the blog collection. And here for the primary key field we want to have slug. So slug should be unique identifier here. And we want to change to manually entered string. And we definitely need the status, date created and date updated for the blog. Alright, now for slug it's important that we set this option, slugify make enter value URL safe. And let's start with our fields. Now let's use the SEO plugin we installed before. And we just call it SEO. And here our clients can later on type in this the page title and the page description and also the social media image. And now that's it. Alright, that's SEO. Now let's create a heading field, just a string. And short description that will be shown later on. And let's make a content field, and here we will use the what you see is what you get editor. That's content. Rest is fine. And we want to have a category. So we will use a drop down, but only single, not multiple. This one drop down. We call it category. And we want these categories: hotels, alright, save. And now we want to create a many-to-one. We want to link one of our team members as authors. So we said authors, and we want to link it to our team collection. And it should not display the ID, it should display the name later on. And you should not be able to create it in here, only selection. Alright, let's hit save. looks Good. Now we'll speed up this process and fill up some demo data. All right, so blog and theme is set up with some sample data as well. So now, very important, we need to set permissions and under access policies and public. So public means anybody with the URL can access this data. You do not need any authentication as it says here. And since this is public data anyways on the website, I think it's perfectly fine to just grant read access here. And so you do not need any authentication. One small advice I have is if you go here under custom and set the rule for status to be published, then only the blogs that are configured to be public can be accessed by Webstudio. Alright, and also very important, let's not forget, this is the files directory. Otherwise we can't access images as well. Alright, so Directus is fully set up. Now let's get over to Webstudio. In Webstudio we will start with setting variables, and we go here on the global root and create a Directus variable with our base domain. So in case anything changes, you can change it here globally, and we do not have to type in the full domain every time. Alright, now on body, we want to get the articles. So on the body, we create a new resource and we call it blog. And we want to get it via REST API. So we choose resource and dynamic typing. We need Directus plus / items, and our collection name is blog. Now let's have a look. We have / here. And there you go. Looks good. Now let's fetch the theme as well. Same principle, resource, URL. It's Directus plus items and theme. Looks good. Alright, so now let's get in here. We want to go to the articles collection and get rid of this data, and we want blog. I think I got it wrong. Let's try it again. Blog.data.data. And now if you see numbers, it's fine, then it's an array. So that's okay. We want to have the array here. And now we need to bind the data. Let's start with the heading. And we will just use not title, but heading. All right. Now datetime, let's use the date created dot date created time. And for the image, we have to go to the Directus base URL plus assets and then the unique ID of the image. Every image you upload gets a unique ID, and you can see it up here. We need this URL, this ID, then we can fetch it. And we get this from article item. Now that's the item we are in here. .co.og image, that's the ID. All right. So blog is set up here, and it's a link. So we want to link it to our blog later on, but it already works. As you can see here, it's already binded to article.item.slug. Let's go over to theme. Let's create a collection. We don't want these anymore. And for the collection, we want to use theme. Oh, I missed. Here's the bind button. Theme.data, and we have the array. All right, now let's change the name. Collection item dot name. And the position. And the image. Same procedure as before. We need the Directus URL plus under assets and the collection item dot image ID. All right, this seems a bit big. And what's super convenient about Directus is you can format the data with some search parameters. For example, we can set the width here to 300. Then we get it back with 300 pixel width. We can do that. Plus 250 is fine as well. And it seems Webstudio doesn't understand this data because I think it's Aviv. If we look in here. Yeah, it's .aviv and Webstudio doesn't know this format. So we go in here and we can also add the format we want to have. And then Directus returns PNG, WebG, whatever you want. And format equals WebP. And there you go. All right. That's for the homepage. Now let's go over to the blog page. And so on the body, we want to create the blog resource again. Same procedure. Base URL plus items blog. All right. No, it's again under Directus plus assets plus article item dot co dot og image. Dates created. We have a typo. Yeah, I forgot the slash. Yeah, that looks good. All right, so now what I want to do is I'm going to show how to make a very easy and quick filtering option, but without a form. You just set the query parameter via these links. So what we want to do, these are our categories, and we want to query for all blog posts that have the hotels category. So what do? We go in here and we want to go to /blog, that's our base URL, /blog, and we want to add the search parameter category equals hotels. Let's check if it's the right, yeah, /blog. Now, same procedure for locations. Blog and search parameter category equals locations. Slash. All right, now if we look at our search parameters, we do not have anything here, but if I go to preview and go onto the link, you can see we added the search parameters category hotels. Now what we can do is we can go to the blog here, and we can do it like that. So if system.search.category equals hotels, then go to Directus plus items plus blog plus filter and filter for category equals system.search.category. And if there's no search parameter, just go to Directus plus items blog. And it works. Oh, we made a mistake. It should not only be for hotels. Let's make it if it's not empty. Yeah. Yeah, easy. And we can add another link. Where we get rid of the filter and just go back to blog. And that's how you can filter with Webstudio and Directus. Easy. Alright, now let's create the individual blog posts. So we want to have it under blog/dslug, so the unique ID we set in here for every blog post. And the page title and description. So we start with fetching the data, blog and resource, and it's from Directus plus items on the collection blog and system.paramsblog.slug. And looks good. Now we get the data from locations. Oh, no, it's wrong. Location doesn't exist. But we can set the slug here. Let's go to test and fetch the data again. And now we get from slug test. Now we just have to bind the data again. So blog.heading, data.heading, and we will use just the meta description here and the SEO image. OG image and content embed should be our blog.data.content. All right, and now for the author, we just got the, where is it? Just the ID, which is not very helpful. So what can we do? We can go and add search parameters, and we want to have fields. Get me all the fields, and from authors also get me the nested data. Yeah, now it shows everything. And we can change it as well. Blog.data.data, authors, and name. That's how you can get the nested data. Blog. Now here's the thing, we actually want the latest data, but date updated is currently null. So we can make another if thing. So now if date updated is null, use the date created, otherwise use the updated one. Yeah, it works. And the image, yeah, you get the idea. And we have to add the format again. And the same here. All right, that's it. How to set up Webstudio with Directus and even some filtering logic. What we can also do is we can limit the number of articles here. If you only want 3, for example, you go in here, blog, search parameters, limit equals 3. And there you go. That's it.